Lady Louisa Hamerton, one of the city's creme de la creme. Formerly a gourmet chef and owner of a top restaurant, her fall from grace came several years ago after the mysterious closure of her restaurant. Please come in. Come in. Jonah Wilkes, the city's leading stockbroker, recently separated from his ex-model wife. Rumour has it that now her modelling career is over, their prenuptial agreement is causing more than its fair share of dispute. Would you like a glass of wine? So you're keeping well?
Not so bad, thanks.
Yes. Oh, Styles, could you get the door for me, please?
Certainly, ma'am.
How's business?
All right, you know how it is.
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
Oh, certainly do. Oh, how delightful to see you. Do come in and join us.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Melanie Hill, a highly sought-after plastic surgeon. Recently returned to the area after living with her great-aunt in Scotland, she is attending tonight's dinner with her older brother. Do help yourselves to a drink.
Thank you very much, Lady Hamerton. Thank you, Edward.
Dr. Edward Hill, the region's preeminent psychiatrist, and, according to hearsay, quite a womaniser, has been associated with many powerful and wealthy women in recent years.
You alright?
Neil Cray, the perfect example of new money, a recent Euro Millions winner who exploded onto the Sunday Times rich list, a natural social star who in a short time seems to know all the right people.
It's alright, I just let myself in. You alright?
Perfect! And this is me, Eleanor Worthington. Powerful, elegant, and clearly the most impressive person at this party. Aside from owning a highly successful chain of spa hotels, I spend most of my free time at my chateau in Provence.
Ah, great to see you. Do come on in. Make your way through. Dinner is served. Jonah, if you'd like to come and sit over here, you'll be sitting next to me. Eleanor, yes. Take a seat next to Jonas. Edward, you're here. Neil, yes, if you'd like to sit next to Edward. And of course, Eleanor, if you'd like to take a seat in the middle. Perfect. Well, you chat amongst yourselves. You're all very quiet in here.
Well, it smells delicious.
I thank you, my dear. Just before we all start, I'd like to say how lovely it is to have you all here for the unveiling of my darling son's latest masterpiece. In fact, where is Harry?
I believe he's in the drawing room, ma'am.
Oh, Styles, be a dear and get him for me.
Certainly, ma'am.
So, Eleanor, Lady Hamerton tells us you've just opened your 7th spa. That's fantastic. We must come down sometime and see you.
Oh yes, it's marvellous. In fact, just the other day we had Will and Kate down for their monthly sessions.
How lovely. Oh, business must be going very well.
Yes, well, I can't lie. Business is wonderful. I guess it's just down to my natural business sense. People just can't get enough of my spas.
You see, I don't get all this massaging nonsense. If you ask me...
Harry, there you are. Do come and join us. And now that we're all here, let's get started.
Not bad, this. What's in it?
If you took your time, you might actually be able to taste it.
Oh, a good cook never reveals her best recipes.
Oh, at our new spa in Windsor, the head chef was personally trained by Jamie Oliver. Honestly, the things that man can do with root vegetables.
Oh my god, somebody do something!
Mum, is this okay? What do you suppose killed him?
Well, isn't it obvious? It was a soup. It's been poisoned.
How dare you? How dare you?
Don't you play coy with me, sunshine. We all know about your mother's little mishaps. This was pretty inevitable.
My mother was not responsible for this.
Just leave her alone. This is ridiculous. I mean, I knew I was taking my own life into my hands by coming here tonight, but I thought she'd at least let us get to the dessert.
So what do you think? Was it poison?
Melanie!
Sorry. Yes. Yes, I think he's been poisoned.
I think we should call the police.
I can't bear to look at him anymore. Can we not cover him with something?
Maybe we should move into another room.
No, we should leave him where he is until the police arrive.
Sod that for a laugh. I'm not sticking around looking at this thing all night. Come on, give us a hand.
No. Oh.
Well, well, well. The city's creme de la creme. Who'd have thought it, eh? I'm Inspector Rasp. If I'm not very much mistaken, you're all suspects to murder. Now, where's the body?
Well, we moved him out here.
You've moved the body? Interesting.
Oh, I think I feel a little faint.
It's okay, we'll get you some water. Styles, would you?
Certainly, sir.
I know I shouldn't say this, but I'm not sorry he's dead. He was horrible. He dated my sister once and, well...
It's funny how things work out, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Nothing. Would you excuse me?
Oh no.
The plot thickens. It would seem that for this elite gathering, one murder wasn't enough.
What?
Mother, it's Styles. He's been killed.
I'm now going to question each of you in turn and try and decide who the murderer is.
Hang on a minute. I'm not going to be put under the spotlight just because one of these backstabbers has gone and taken things a little bit too far.
Mr. Wilkes, you might have a cutthroat attitude to your marriage, but that does not exclude you from my investigation.
What does he mean by that?
Oh, Mr. Wilkes has got quite a reputation of cutting those closest to him out of his life. It wouldn't be therefore unreasonable to assume that he is a player in tonight's event.
Now just hang on a minute!
No, you hang on a minute! And where were you when the second murder took place?
You're not suggesting I had anything to do with this? I mean, don't you think I feel bad enough? What will the papers make of this when it gets out? In fact, oh God, I can't be found here. I can't be seen here. Oh God. I think I'm going to be sick.
Lady Hamilton, how well did you know the deceased?
I met Mr. Critter once before tonight, but I've known Styles for years. Oh, Styles!
You, wait here. It's Edward.
No. No, please, no, no.
Sit down, Miss Hill. It's time to do some explaining.
Edward, my darling brother. What will I do without him?
Well, for a start, you'll inherit your great-aunt's fortune, undisturbed. No, Harry! Nobody else leaves this room.
But my mother, she needs her pills.
I don't give a damn what your mummy needs. Sit the hell back down! Is it not true that you've just inherited your great-aunt's fortune? And is it also not true that your brother is your next of kin? So if you're out of the way, he would get all the money.
Are you saying Edward was trying to kill me?
Indeed. And it would have been successful too, if Mr. Crane had been so eager to meet his own demise.
Hang on a minute, if Edward was trying to kill her, then why did Neil end up being the one who was poisoned?
Well, I thought that was obvious, really. Edward poisoned the soup, hoping that his sister drops dead next to him, giving him the perfect alibi.
But what about the rest of us?
Expendable. We were expendable. He was trying to frame my mother.
Obviously, it was an opportunity Edward couldn't miss. Where better to frame somebody than in the home of a disgraced cook? That health inspection last year cost you more than your business, didn't it, Lady Hamilton?
It was all a mistake.
So Edward, he killed Styles as well.
I can only assume that Styles saw Edward in the kitchen. Not enough to accuse him, but enough so Edward couldn't take the risk of leaving him alive.
Now, hang on a minute. This doesn't make sense.
Well, of course it does. Don't be so stupid.
Right, okay, so I get the fact that Edward was trying to kill his sister, okay, I understand that. I even understand that Neil probably ate the soup too quickly, which is why he was poisoned. And Styles obviously saw Edward, so that explains what happened to him. But what I really don't understand is, who on earth killed Edward?
It's got to be one of you lot. It's got to be one of you lot.
Well then how the hell did you know about Edward's plan to kill his sister? You never even questioned him when you got here.
You do seem to know an awful lot about this. Unless you've met Edward before.
As Edward had said to me not an hour earlier, it's funny how things turn out. Because the inspector had met Edward before. In fact, the inspector was not an inspector at all. He was one of Edward's patients named Jack. You see, despite Edward being a top psychiatrist, he was in fact a very cruel man. He had tormented Jack and manipulated him just for fun in their sessions together. When Edward had planned his sister's murder, he had needed an accomplice to act as an inspector in order to accuse Lady Hamilton and make sure the evidence was concrete before they all turned her in.
Yeah! Alright! I met him before! I went to eat a bastard for help and all he did was torment me! So tonight he got exactly what he deserved!
You fucking useless, you. I gave you one simple job to do and you couldn't even do that. You waste of space and secret.
You son of a bitch!
Now hang on!
You hadn't held Edward, none of this would have happened!
It's not my fault! He manipulated me! It wasn't my fault! No, keep the hell away from me!
Come on!
There are always consequences to our actions. Sometimes even the best laid plans can turn around and bite us. Even a simple dinner party can become a place of pain, hatred, and murder. I think it's fair to say that no matter how hard you try, you can't fight certain human instincts. It's funny how things turn out.